Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to our Saturday lunch break live. Happy Saturday. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Tell me over here in the chat. You can hear me. Before we go anywhere, I want to just to take a pause. Please take a pause with me in this moment and take a deep breath in and exhale. Yes, slowly exhale. Let's do it again. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Yes, acknowledge yourself for being here, for showing up. Hello, hello, hello. You can hear me. Perfect. No, for choosing your growth. Acknowledge yourself for like choosing to turn down the noise around you, turn down the noise within you. um, I receive like so many DMs where some of you are like always telling me when you're live or when you catch up the replays. A lot of people are saying like this is a space, that allow you to truly receive something new. I received some DMs that let me just read this one. This one say like I can disconnect, listen to your voice, and really allowed myself to be in a present moment. So that one is like it is nice to hear things like that, because sometimes we are too much intense with our to-do list, and I'm really glad you're here. um, you know these lives are meant to give you a new perspective, and give you tools, right, in a moment to recharge. So let me just organize uh, my screens over here. I have Instagram here as well. So these lives really are meant to give you a new perspective. So if you are here and you are new over here, I am Sinandra, your guide for mindset transformation. My information is in the chat, okay? Yay! And I have my delicious raspberry martini here. Salud! Happy Saturday! Thank you. So this life is really like about to give you a moment to recharge. And for those that are new, um, I am. My passion is about mindset, transformation, neuroscience, and coaching. If you're ready to really do the inner work you need, right? And own your frequency. I would love to be a part of your personal development, and help you with your personal development strategy. So let me ask you guys something. Have you ever felt like you were doing everything right? You are working hard, showing up, doing what is expected and above, but something still feels off. Like I was in my first sales kickoff with the company that I work for, a cybersecurity company called iGel this week, and it was an outstanding event. And I heard some of those things during the event. So when they say something is still off, it's like you are moving forward the way you should. Maybe are you not moving forward? So I hear a lot, I'm not moving forward the way I should, whether this is in your career or even in your relationships. Here is something I want you to hear. Your mind is not a prison. Your mind is a door. So I want you to really pause here and let this sink in, because most of us live in mental loops, mental prisons. So listen to this. I was reading over the weekend about so many studies and is like statistics in the past 20 years about cognitive reframing and emotional regulation. Okay, and all these studies confirm you can change how your brain interprets reality, right? So I was reading a lot of studies in Stanford University and Harvard University. These studies show that when people consciously reframe a situation, activates like a brain shift. Okay, and this is what we're going to be speaking today. Number one, your prefrontal cortex decision making becomes more active. Okay, and number two, the amygdala, fear, emotional, reactive parts of your brain becomes less reactive. And maybe you are thinking, what this means, Sinandra? You are not trapped by what happened to you, right? You are you are shaped by how your brain interprets what happens. So here is the translation for you. The prison is not the event, is the meaning your mind keeps assigning to that event or whatever experience you have in your life, at work. Does that make sense to you? Because so what I'm trying to say is that if you, me, do not do the inner work, we don't own our frequency with responsibility. Believe me, life will shake you eventually to break your uncertainties. And whatever mind loops you are on, the prison, right? So you can start thinking for yourself, align with your true self, and meeting your best version because the universe is alignment. And in today's conversation may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but is the kind discomfort that creates clarity. So I want you to understand that our conversation today is the kind that shifts something inside of you. Okay. So if you have been feeling stuck, let's say that, like some of most of us in some areas of our lives, it's natural to be unaware of our power and feel stuck. If you've been questioning what is the next step, if you're ready to move from effort into alignment, yes, this message is for you today. So here is the truth. Most people are not stuck because they lack skills. They are stuck because their identity hasn't caught up to where they want to go. Okay, and we don't talk about this enough. We talk about what I want to do, but we don't talk about the identities we create throughout our life, right? What we do, we focus on a strategy, we focus on performance, we focus on doing more, but your results will always react um, who you believe you are in the frequency you are on, right? So let's make this real. Most of us have been conditioned to define ourselves by what? But what we do, our job titles, the needs, the organizations we work for. So we become who? We become the reliable one, the creative one, the one that fix everything, the one that who does not know how to say no, no boundaries, right? And what happens? We start living in a loop of reacting instead of leading. Um, you and I wake up, check emails, respond to problems, attend meetings, and our entire day is driven by external demands, not our internal guidance and direction, right? So today is Saturday. Reflect on this today. And let me give you like a few examples. Say that you want a promotion, but you will still see yourself as not ready yet, right? So you overwork, uh, overprove, and is still hesitating to speak up. Hmm? Sounds familiar? And about, let's say you want to make more money, right? You are an entrepreneur, or even in corporate America, you want a promotion. I just gave you an example in there, but now you want to make more money, but deep down, you don't feel worthy of, you undercharge for your service. I did that for a very long time. Over deliver, and that start making you exhausted. And another example would be if you want a visibility in leadership, right? But you are too afraid of being judged. So you stay quiet in meetings, even when you know the answer. This is not a skill problem. If we just pause over here, this is an identity mismatch. So, from the neuroscience perspective, this makes perfect sense because your brain is wired to confirm what you already believe about yourself. This it's constantly is like your mind is constantly scanning for evidence that supports your identity, whatever identity you are in this present moment. So if your identity say, I am not confident, I'm still learning, I am not leadership material, for example, your brain will find proof of that internal conversation everywhere and really scan to bring you back confidence. So even when opportunities show up, you won't feel like I can fully step into them. This is called confirmation bias. And it's powerful because it keeps you safe, but at the same time keeps you stuck. So let me talk to you about something that is like a big truth that most people overlook. And I'm going to give you a big example. And let me pick one that is easy for you to have the visual. Let's say winning the Powerball, right? You don't just win something like a mega million in the Powerball. What? You don't win? I see people winning every day. Maybe one, right? Is like the odds are small. You have to become the version of yourself who can hold that level of expansion. Imagine win a Powerball, because through your frequency normally is when you access big opportunities, is when you access the winning number. This is not about luck, it's about alignment, it's about emotional patterns, beliefs, identity, because outcomes do not stick where there is an internal misalignment. And this is all about mindset and inner frequency. And this is where um, it stops being abstract and becomes very real. That is why we see like so many people, so many stories of people who receive a massive opportunity, like win the Powerball, have amazing relationships, and then they lose it. Because if today you don't believe you are smart, you are able to win, um, you don't feel like responsible for your own emotions, and you are ignorant about the responsibility of your frequency, how would you be able to sustain 300 millions of dollars win, or an expensive opportunity where you can leave teams to impact other organizations in other lives. How could you do that? With no question, you would lose your winning and you would lose the opportunities because you are internally misaligned. So, bringing to real life over here, let's talk about relationship. Someone says that I want a healthy, loving partnership. But internally, what they are doing, they are operating from insecurity, fear of abandonment, or believe that love does not really last. So, if they meet an incredible partner, they start overanalyzing, testing, pulling away, or creating conflict, not consciously, because their internal state does not match what they are asking for. And eventually, the relationship breaks. So, if you look at relationships and you are totally misaligned with your what you want, your relationship is not going to sustain, like the Powerball example. If we look at your career and someone gets promoted into a leadership role or lands in a dream job, but deep down they do not feel capable or worthy, they carry like imposter syndrome, fear of being, oh my gosh, found out that I'm not as good as they think I am. And that is a problem for aligning your frequency, right? So what happens? They start hesitating, they start overcompensate, get burnout, or sabotage key opportunities. And over time, honestly, they either lose the role or shrink inside of the role. This is not about punishment, it's about capacity. You can only sustain what you are aligned with. So the real work is not chasing outcomes, it's becoming the person who naturally hold them, right? Because when your internal state shifts, your external results stop being temporary. They become your new normal. And if you are asking, I see some questions over here. Yes, this applies to everything. Applies to your relationships, apply to your customers, how you sell, your health, your career, your business. Your life will always mirror who you are being, not what you are wanting. So this week, the shift is this: you have to move from trying to grow, okay? And I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, and to I am becoming someone new. That is a completely different energy and frequency. Trying to trying to keep you in the future, you know, and becoming an anchor like of your present. So becoming someone new, it is stop trying and do just like Nike, start doing it, right? So here is something I want you to start this week. Something that I do with all most of my clients, depending in the things, the strategies that they need to in their personal evolution. But one of the things that it is very important is for you to look at yourself in the mirror and really create your identity statement. Okay. Not based on where you are today, but based on where you are going. For example, you can say, I am a confident leader who communicates with clarity. And let that sink in. You can say, I'm someone who creates value and is compensating accordingly. I am a proactive, focused, and intentional. I am proactive, focused, and intentional with my time. This is something very important, and this is a very strong identity statement. If you are like one of those change makers, very busy individual. Now, the key for all what I'm telling you is not just say it, is to live it. When you say I'm a confident leader who communicates with clarity, you got to live that every day. You got to do your best and be aware of your communications and the impact that they have with the people in your family, with the people in the office, the people that you serve. Okay, your job really is to listen to yourself, to this identity statement, to the message that you are saying out loud. Then you take action and you integrate into your calendar, into your life. Because to all my clients, if this is not a schedule, it is not real. Okay. So if you don't put in your calendar that you will work out, you may not work out. If you don't put that powerful meeting in your calendar, you may not show up to that meeting either. So it is on you. You are in charge. You are the master of your craft. So this week, I want you to ask yourself, what would be the version of me I am becoming? What that version of me would do on Monday morning? Right? And pause right there. Would she wait to do what she's told to do? Or would she lead her priorities? Would she stay quiet? Or would she speak with clarity, for example? Would she overwork to prove herself? Or would she move with intention and confidence? Right? So I want you to get back to this life and listen to what I just said to you and implement in your week. Let that anchor, within you. And there is one thing that I want you to walk away, if nothing more, of this life. It is like, I'm going to say it. Your results will never outperform your self concept. Okay, let me say it again. Your results will never outperform your self concept. You can have the strategy, the experience, the opportunity, but if your identity does not match it, you will either block it or lose it. This is your mindset transformation 101. Yes. So today I want you to reflect on this. Where in my career are are you playing? Where in your career you are playing small, is smaller than who you are becoming? I want you to reflect on that. Where are you waiting for permission instead of stepping into your next level? And this one is big. What identity do you need to release so you can finally align with where you are going? And when I say about what identity you need to release, um, it could be the one, I have always been this way identity, for example. I hear a lot of that. Or the one that is, I need external validation identity, or this massive one. Oh my gosh, this one, it is in a lot of coaching conversations. The I am a victim of my circumstances identity. Whatever you need to release, like I said, do just like Nike, just do it, because nobody is here to do it for you. Nobody is here to listen to your excuses. Nobody is here to fix your internal work for you, right? Because your life does not change when you do more, or when you are burnout, repeating the same identities every day. It changes when you become more intentional about who you are being. You are not stuck. You are in a moment, you and I are in a moment of transition. And the moment you decide, truly decide to shift your identity and own being responsible for your frequency, everything starts to move and change. So I want to close our this space together with you. And if this message resonate with you, please share with someone that can use it, save it, and most importantly, take one identity shift from today's life and actually live it this week. That's where transformation happened, because remember, everything starts with your mindset, and I want to thank you guys that donate. We truly appreciate, because your donations mean the world to us. Is the only way we can continue doing these lives and creating content free. And if you're ready to go deeper, my May Vision and a Strategy session is open, and my agenda is also open. And the vision is in a strategy is a session, is about an hour and a half, where we align your identity, your mindset, your next level goals, and you can just take with you and take action. So I have everything in the link for you to get in touch with me below. My information is on the chat. Follow me in Instagram for daily mindset shifts and tools. I want to wish you guys a happy, happy weekend, and an aligned week ahead. And I see you next Saturday at 1 p.m. Bye bye.